Okay, so as you can probably tell from the title of the video, I finished this book. Okay, so I actually finished this yesterday. Oops. Good enough. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to finish it this year. I kept saying that I probably wouldn't, but I guess here we are. It's time to start a new sketchbook. This video is going to be slightly different than usual in that I already have this sketchbook here. I already like covered it in stuff ages ago because this was supposed to be a junk journal, and I did start it as a junk journal, but I kind of just stopped doing anything with it because I kind of wasn't enjoying how things were turning out, so I'm going to be using it as my new sketchbook. As for the other one, there will be a sketchbook tour at some point, but it's probably not going to be for a while. I don't know. I mean, even this video, I feel like this video is probably coming out in 2026. So you guys have already had to wait a while, but for me it is still November of 2025. So yeah, I've already covered this. This is a Seawhite of Brighton sketchbook. What I did is I've covered it in the box stuff from one of my Tokyo Treat videos. The box was actually covered in this design, and I just peeled it off and used it to recover this book. And then I just put some random stuff on it. So this is from an artist, Nanny Bim. This is one of their business cards that I got from Comic-Con ages ago. This is also one of the wristbands that I wore. And then I've just put some other things on it. This is my character, Clay. And then this is like a coaster that I got it from Sticker Mule. So I do actually want to put some more stickers on here though. So that's what I'm going to do now. I have a few, but I don't know which ones I want to actually use yet. So I've got like Gudetama, Hello Kitty, Pom Pom Purin, and I think this is Tuxedo Sam. But I also have some other stickers. So I've just got my sticker binder here. This is like my collection of stickers that I've been collecting for several years now. And I've put it in a photo binder to kind of keep them safe, but so I can also look through them, which is like really handy because you can get like actual sticker books where you just like peel the sticker, put it in, and then you can take it out. But I don't like those because I always get worried that the sticker is going to lose stickiness, whereas this way it's got like a kind of sticky texture that you can just put the entire sticker on without losing the back of the sticker. I've got this one from Flesh PNG that I really want to use. I think the like blue outline of it will also look really nice with the orange of the sketchbook, because like I think that would look like really cute here. Like I don't want to cover up this fish from the packaging because I really like that fish. Yeah, I like that a lot. Well, I can always add stickers to it, like, later, like, even through using it. So maybe I just won't worry about it right now. I do kind of want to put the words on it, though. I used these stickers last time for my sketchbook, and I really, really liked how it looked. Do I want to put it down the side? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so yeah, what I want to do for this video is, because I've already started it. Oh yeah, oops. I'm gonna put that over here actually. I've already got like some pages done with just some stuff. And for the most part, I think I want to just leave them as they are. But for a few things, like this first page, I want to do on like a separate piece of paper some art and then just like kind of stick it on and still kind of have like a title page. And here you can see this is when I actually started doing the junk journaling, so I think I want to write beneath it like a new date of when I've started it as a sketchbook. But yeah, there are some pages where I might just like chuck some extra art pieces in for this video. Like this spread, kind of really boring. And then from this point on, I'm just going to treat it like a regular sketchbook. The beginning's gonna be a little bit weird. I also, because this book doesn't have like a folder or anything, which is something that I really like my books to do, I have this envelope that I'm gonna stick here, and then it can be the folder. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna start with the envelope, then I'm going to do some planning sketches, and yes, that is where that's where this video is going to go, I think. Before I actually start with the envelope, there were a couple other things that I did actually want to stick to my sketchbook. One of them is this acrylic marker picture of Bob from Animal Crossing that I drew. I really wanted to include him. And another is this sticker from Flesh PNG. It's like a cowboy cat kind of thing. I then also wanted to include the actual start date that I started this sketchbook, which I did under the first date. And then I also wanted to include that Tuxedo Sam sticker in the cover because he was just too cute not to. Now moving on to the back of the book, I wanted to stick that envelope in, but there was going to be a lot of blank space around it. So I solved this by just putting some pretty washi tape down. And yeah, I think it just looks really nice. It makes it look a lot neater and it's cute washi tape. I used the Gudetama sticker on the envelope and then just a couple more. So these ones here are from an artist called Villiers. I then also had some Pokemon stickers from just this Pokemon pack that I had. I stuck one in the back and then another one on this sort of like Pokemon page, I suppose. Yeah, so now that that is done, I wanted to actually get started on this video. So like I said, I'm just using this page here to do some planning sketches. I wanted to do my girl Kara, so I was just doing some ideas that I have had previously. I was just kind of revisiting them and sketching them out to see if they were the kind of thing that I would want to stick somewhere in my book. So this one starting here is Kara in like a martini glass, kind of like those like pin-up girl art picture things. This is still one that I really want to do, but not one that I go for this video. I just really like the vibe of it because she is a singer, so it kind of just feels like it matches having her singing in a martini glass. This next one here is just a portrait of Kara, but I gave her like the laurel, I think it's a laurel headband, you know, like the sort of like Greek style thing. Or is it Roman? I just think it's such a pretty look. I messed around with this style years ago. I just thought, do I like it now? And yeah, I do like it, but once again, this is not one of the designs that we go for, but it was still really fun to sketch my girl Kara and just loosen up my wrist for today's video. This is another one, another pose using a Pinterest outfit. I think it's like a Halloween kind of outfit, but I just think it's really cute. I just really enjoy drawing Kara in outfits and clothes that I find on Pinterest. I'm sketching all of this with just a ballpoint pen because I really like the looseness of it, and it doesn't really matter if I make mistakes because this is just a planning page, which again also like helps with my line confidence because I will make mistakes. Like I said, it really doesn't matter. So as you can see, these aren't like the most perfect of sketches, but because they are thumbnail sketches, it's more of just getting the idea down and a general sense of what I want to do. So I did this really weird posing one that she looks like she's doing gymnastics. I genuinely don't know what I was going for. Then I did another one of her just like leaning on her hand, which I also really like. And then this one here is possibly my favourite. It is Kara in this outfit that I've drawn before. It's like a leotard with a cropped but big jacket, and she's got a guitar. And this was, I think, from my phase when I really wanted to draw Kara in like a video game where she would like beat people up with her guitar. Yeah, it's just one of my favourites. I really like the outfit and the vibes. I just think it suits her a lot. So for this, I am using this Ohuhu marker pad that I was sent ages ago. It's really nice paper. It doesn't bleed through at all, which is like the whole point of the marker pad. And I am sketching, or I'm starting by sketching the portrait picture of Kara where she was leaning on her hand. I'm drawing this in pink pencil because I really like how the pink pencil kind of dissolves into the marker when you add the colours. Also, you can very clearly see there is like a sort of warping around where I'm drawing, and this has been brought up in a couple of videos previously, and there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. It is because my camera does not like the lighting that I am currently recording in, so it warps around the movement and gives it this really horrible wobbly effect. So if you are noticing that, I'm very, very sorry. There is nothing I can do about it except not draw, I guess, which kind of defeats the whole point. It comes and it goes, so I'm very sorry about that. Full transparency, this picture here was drawn back in November. As you can tell, this video is very, very late. It is no longer November, it's no longer 2025. I had a lot of stuff going on back then that meant I couldn't actually continue working on this video. I had other videos that I had to get out first. So now with the colouring, I'm colouring this in 2026. So my style has changed a bit since the initial sketch, and I am using the alcohol markers from the Gretel Lusky art kit that I reviewed last year. But yeah, so things might look a bit different to how they would have looked. I don't really know. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that this video, the filming of this, it's so out of order. It is so wrong. It is kind of not exactly the starting the book anymore. I just felt like I needed to tell you that because it felt weird if I tried to pretend that this was still in November. I just can't do it. Yeah, anyway, so these alcohol markers are the pastel markers, which I really, really love, but unfortunately I hadn't tested them on this paper before, so they were a lot paler than I was expecting. So her blue skin is, you know, it's not that far off of being white, which I'm not that big a fan of. So in the later pictures of her, I do use a darker blue, which looks a lot nicer. But once I was adding this black line art, it just made everything so much more paler. And I do really like the vibes of it. It is very, very soft, but the colours just, they look a bit off. Yeah. So something you may or may not have noticed, depending on how long you've been on my channel, how much of my art you've seen, is I have actually stopped drawing Kara with her long pieces of hair in front of her ears, because I think it was at the beginning of the previous sketchbook I kind of did do a redesign of her, or I updated her design where I gave her slightly longer hair, and for whatever reason when I started doing the thumbnail sketches for this video I didn't draw them in, and I realised that I actually prefer her look without them. I really like keeping the longer strands at the back of her neck, which is kind of mullet-like, but I've decided that I don't want those strands in front of her face, and I like the short hair look combined with the back hair. So once all the colouring was done, I wanted to cut her out, obviously, because I'm going to stick her in my book. It was a little tricky using my X-Acto knife or whatever, because my hands have been so shaky lately that I just can't trust myself. But once I got the scissors out, I was feeling a lot better, because I love using scissors. I then wanted to move on to the next picture. You will see towards the end of the video me actually gluing these into the book, because I thought it'd be nice to just save them all and glue them all in at the same time. So this second picture is the picture of Kara with her guitar, because like I said, it's just one of my favourite designs of her. Drawing her, she came out different to, I think, anything I've ever drawn of her. Her face just looks a lot different, but I really like it. It's like a way more simplified version of her face, I think. Yeah, I thought it was like a really cute style, and definitely something I'm going to try and do deliberately in the future, I think. Currently, I have been using this sketchbook for a while now, like a couple months. I am thoroughly enjoying it. It is so much fun, especially because like the paper is actually sewn into this book, which it was not with the previous sketchbook. So I've just been like way more looser with this book. Especially since it is a cheaper book, so I don't feel bad. Like, I don't feel like I'm wasting paper or anything, which is always like really difficult when you're trying to use a nice sketchbook, is trying to be like making sure you're not wasting it, but then you want to have the freedom of just doing whatever. So that's been really nice in this book, and I've just been like doing a lot of rough sketches and trying not to worry about like the presentation of everything. I think also having the kind of junk journal thing at the beginning has helped with that as well, because it was already a mess. So yeah, at this point I'm like kind of halfway through the sketchbook. It won't be long until I start a new one, which I haven't entirely decided what it's going to be. It will most likely be the Mossery sketchbook that I tried out last year, but I'm also kind of wanting to stick with using a sketchbook that I'm not so precious about, so I guess we'll see when it actually comes to that. The paper in this book is, of course, not the best paper. Like, it can handle things really nicely, but when using alcohol markers in it, it does feather and bleed like crazy, which can be really tricky for like having control. But I do also kind of like how it looks, because it makes everything look extremely soft, because, you know, everything's smudging and bleeding into each other. So if you combine it with acrylic markers and to just like get some semblance of control back, I really like it. I've been enjoying it a lot. It feels a little strange, like doing a sketchbook video, and like all of the art I've done has really not been in the sketchbook, but there will be videos using this sketchbook, so you guys will get an idea of like how the paper works, I believe. And then of course when the sketchbook tour happens, you guys will get to see like everything I did in it. I have been posting on my Instagram art that I am currently doing in the sketchbook, so you can get an idea from that as well, like how everything's been turning out. But I do understand if you just want to like save it and wait until the final tour for this current book. Speaking of sketchbook tours, I have got the tour for the green book for Sketchbook 17 already done, so you guys won't have to wait that long for this one, unlike the previous one. It should hopefully be the next video out after this one, assuming that like nothing happens that changes my schedule. So, you know, let's hope that's the case. But yeah, I have also got some videos lined up for this year, and a few videos that I started last year that really need to come out this year, in the next couple of months. So yeah, we've got plans for this year. There's going to be some stuff coming that I am, you know, very excited about. Even though I've already posted a video this year, welcome back to the channel. I already said it in the comments for that video, but I feel like I should probably say it here now. I really appreciate you guys sticking around and just being here and showing an interest in my art. Last year was great, and I had so much fun with all of the videos, and I feel like I am like getting into a pace with the videos, with making them and posting them. Hopefully I can keep that up, because obviously I haven't been doing it for a little while now because I did take a break over Christmas. I'm gonna try and be like a little easier on myself this year and not stress out too much, but I am also trying to be like good with my schedule, so I guess we'll see how things work out. So I've been really enjoying using this brush pen on my illustrations, as you can probably tell. I've used it on this one and the previous one, and I've been going kind of crazy with it because it's so fun to just add all these dark patches, and it gives me kind of like comic book vibes that I am really enjoying just doing. I don't have like a method for where I put it, which is kind of scary at the time. I just put it wherever, but it seems to be working out. And as you can see, I'm also going in and adding coloured pencil and white gel pen to these pieces because I want the extra texture that they give. Because I don't like my pieces looking like too smooth. I really like texture in my pieces. So once again, I'm cutting this piece out and hoping that it's going to fit in my sketchbook. Little spoiler, it's a tiny bit too big, but thankfully nothing too major gets cut off. So, moving on to the next one, I actually didn't want to do another Kara piece. I was enjoying drawing her, but I was also like, I want some variation. So here I am drawing Tabby from Animal Crossing as well. Fitting, because we've also got Bob on the cover. At this point it does look more like Sans from Undertale, which is really freaky. I don't know if I've ever actually drawn him before, but I promise you it is Tabby. She's one of my favourite villagers in Animal Crossing, along with Alfonso and Julian. I just really wanted to draw her because I recently got her on my island, so I wanted to celebrate. And she's very cool, so I gave her these cool sunglasses, and I was like, cool, now what else does she get? What do cool people wear? So she's also got this flame shirt, because that's really cool. Flame shirts are sick. I don't have one, which is a crime, but honestly, I don't even know. I don't think I have the confidence to wear them in public anyway. But Tabby does, because she's so cool. I tried to make her doing like the peace sign with her other hand, but I messed up the fingers a bit, and then messed it up even more when I was doing the colouring and line art. So that hand is kind of weird, but if you just pretend that she's doing the peace sign, I think it looks fine. So I'm using the pastel colours pretty much to colour everything in this video. I think in the next piece I use maybe some other colours, and I do really like how it looks, but like I said, this paper, everything just comes up way lighter. I don't know if that's just because the sketchbook, everything comes up way darker, so maybe this is actually what the pens look like, but it has been really throwing me off because as it dries, obviously it loses a lot of the definition because it dries lighter. So she does end up looking a little washed out by the end of it. But I don't know, I do really like it as well. I guess you'll see when she's done what I mean. Similar to the others, I am lining her with this fine liner, but unlike the others, I don't use the brush pen at all because she's quite a small piece, so I kind of wanted to leave it a bit more delicate, I guess. I just wasn't entirely sure where I would use the black, and I didn't want to risk ruining where she was currently at because I think she was looking really good. I do go around the outside and thicken the entire outer outline, which I think really helps. And then just to add a little bit more definition, I go in with the coloured pencils once again, just to like outline her markings, because the markers, like I said, were really pale, but I thought that using the black fine liner would just be a bit too much, so the coloured pencils really helped with that. For the last piece, I really wanted to do something to cover up the blank page opposite the Kara doodles, but I had already put something on the other side of the page, so this was again going to be done on the Ohuhu paper, which I am tracing around the page here. So I've recently been playing Elden Ring again, and I actually started a new character. Her name is Merrin. I love her, and I was like, I want to do a piece of her anyway, like a proper portrait piece, so why not do that for this video and have it be like the kind of title page? So I showed you the thumbnail just now in my book. It is just like a, I don't know, like an illustrated picture of her. She is like looking sideways. She has like a plait, which I want to be like super long and like flowing around her. I didn't really know what to give her to hold, so I gave her like one of the like sparkle sunburst pieces that I sometimes include in my drawings, because I felt it would have like my kind of feel to the picture. I was struggling with her face a lot because she has like, I wanted her to have like stronger features, which I love, but I guess I'm not that used to drawing them. I guess I draw a lot of soft features, so it took a little bit for me to like get her looking how I wanted, but I do really like how her face ended up looking. Yeah, I've got her looking to the side. I also give her an axe in the background because I can't remember what build I started with. I'm basically going for a strength build with her because my previous playthrough I was going for a dexterity build with my boy Trollton, who I recently finished Elden Ring with. I think that was like in the first week of this year, because I hadn't played this game for like over a year, because I got to Melania and I couldn't beat her, so I just took a break, and then I came back to it in December when I was playing the DLC, which that DLC I just genuinely do not like. I don't think I'll ever play it again. But yeah, so she has an axe because she's a strength build, and I have been enjoying doing the strength build so much. It makes such a difference because with Boy Trollton I had to like, you know, it's really fun learning the patterns of the enemies and the bosses, but you don't really stagger so much, or at least with the build that I went for. So it is a matter of like, you can only hit in between every time the boss attacks. Whereas with my girl Merrin, she is so strong that she just stops them from doing anything because they just get staggered after every hit. And it's really fun just seeing the difference in these playthroughs, even though I'm like barely started with her. Just, I can feel that it's going to be a very different experience, and I think I like them both equally currently because like I said, it feels really fun learning the pattern of the boss. It becomes like a sort of dance, but now that I've done that, it's also really nice to just beat them up and bully them. I'm colouring her in now, and I was struggling because I didn't know, the colours that I had weren't really working. They weren't exactly the colours I wanted, so I was trying to layer them up in a way that I would like, and I felt like it was just looking like such a mess. I did not like how it was looking. I coloured her hair in to see if that would help, because obviously when the skin is the only thing coloured in, it's not going to look right because it doesn't have any of the other colours to balance it. And I think it did help a bit, but also the texture of the paper after I'd put so much alcohol marker on it, it looked horrible. So I do bust out my acrylic markers to just try and neaten it up, but also smooth the texture, because I know I said that I like texture in my pictures, but that kind of texture just looks kind of yucky. Because it's very obviously not on purpose. This is very much a trust the process picture, because she looks a mess for a very, very long time. I do think as I start adding like darker colours, it fixes it. Yeah, it's just crazy because once you start adding those colours, you realise like how out of balance all the other colours are, because the very first colour that I put down for her face, I really, really liked and initially thought was perfect. But then as you add the darker colours, you realise just how pale that colour was. And she's got darker skin, which I think at this point is fairly obvious. She's like tan to dark skin, because I really, really love the contrast of that with the bright hair, which is like a golden blonde sort of thing. And just looking at the bits of the original colour peeking through, it's like that was very much a white-skinned person colour. Like, it just doesn't look right now that it's with the other colours. Yeah, I was like going through it with this piece, and I was like several times wondering if I had made a mistake, because also I put quite a lot of stuff on this piece, especially considering I'd already done like, what was it, 3 other things for this video at this point. I was like, am I doing too much? But I was having so much fun doing these for the book and just trying to make the beginning of the book look nice. So, you know, I stuck with it and I did do it, and I think I have a different opinion on this paper now, honestly. It just has this weird texture, which, I don't know, I think if you put down one layer it looks fine, but then the more you put down, the more it shows through, and I'm not entirely sure what that's about. For this piece, I didn't have like an actual idea of her outfit. It's not like anything from the game, because at the point where I'm at in the game, she's wearing some pretty ugly clothes. So I just made up this like fabric thing, which, you know, doesn't really make sense because it's not armor, but I just wanted to go with something simple. Colour-wise, hadn't thought anything out until I was colouring this in, so that was a gamble, but I feel like it worked out because her clothes are muted enough, I think, that it works really nicely, because I tried to put these, I think, what are they? They're Erd leaf flowers, I think, around her, because I really love the contrast of the like oranges and yellows, because that's something I really, really wanted present in this piece, is the like yellow vibe, because of the whole Erd tree in the game. It is this massive glowing yellow tree, and, you know, yeah, every now and then like yellow orange blossoms float down, and I just love it. It is so pretty. So I wanted to try and capture that vibe. Yeah, I made the background this sort of dark yellow, and then the moon shape behind her this lighter yellow. So even though it's still yellows, I think they are contrasting nicely enough. I don't know what the circle is behind her. I kind of wanted it to have this like saint-ish vibe, but I don't know if it actually means anything. And then I went in with a lighter pen. I gave her the tattoos that I gave her on her face, and a bunch of like dots and petals all over the place to try and give that magical vibe. I used the same pen for the border around the picture, and I completely changed the decal that I put in the corner of the piece because I didn't like the initial one that I used for the sketch. once that is all done, I went in with pencil to hopefully actually save the piece, because I was still really unsure about it at this point, because there was like no definition and her face was looking strange. I also really have the struggle that because I gave her blonde hair and all that, I wanted her to have blonde eyelashes as well, because I think it looks really, really cool. But in my art at least, I really struggle with that, because I really like dark eyelashes, because I think it really, really helps make a face look right, like it makes eyes look right. So her with white eyelashes was really, really tricky for me. Adding all the other lines on the face, I think it makes it pretty obvious that like it's deliberate. So yeah, I'm lining everything with these coloured pencils. I think, you know, it helps, it looks nice, it stands out against the pastel colours. And then to finish it off, I went in with this black pencil. I didn't want to line everything, but I did want to line a few things to help it stand out a bit. And I think it was a really, really good choice, because I didn't want everything to be samey, because I had limited myself to like a couple of the coloured pencils. So there wasn't a huge range. But yeah, that's basically it at this point. So now at this point I was ready to stick them in my sketchbook. So I decided I wanted to put Tabby on the front page, because I didn't want to cover up too much of the stuff that was already on there, and she was like the perfect size for that. So I just glued her on in, and I think she looks great with this page. I put the first Kara picture on these train tickets here. Again, she just seemed to fit best here out of the possible pages. And then for my guitar Kara, I put her on this Comic-Con page, because like I said, it was very, very boring. And it was at this point that I was like, oh, she's taller than the page. Thankfully, it's just her guitar, and I can cut that little bit of her guitar off. It is kind of annoying, because it means, you know, it's not intact, but honestly, that's the best thing that I could have done for that. I then went in with these neon pink acrylic markers from Ohuhu, and I just added those lines from the initial sketch to make it interesting again, because I really liked how that looked in the sketch. And then finally we are onto this page where I'm sticking my character Merrin. Yeah, pretty straightforward. I just glued her down on the page and then trimmed everything afterwards. I knew that a lot of what well, not a lot, but I knew that some of what I'd drawn would get cut off, because it went outside of the guidelines that I'd put, but I wanted to just be on the safe side when colouring all that in, just in case I had like gotten the sizes wrong. And yeah, I feel like everything worked out. I really, really like how everything ended up. I did a nice range of things, as you can see, and yeah, I'm just pretty happy with it all. So yeah, as you can see here, she is nicely in the book opposite Kara. I've got the other ones, where did I put them? Yeah, I've got this Kara here. I think it's really nice. She does kind of look like she's petting him, which I think is kind of funny. Where is the other Kara? Where did she go? Oh, here. This one I really, really like. I'm struggling on which one is my favourite, because I really like how Merrin turned out. She's very, very different to the other ones I did though. And like I said, this is one of my favourite things of Kara. And then of course we've got little Tabby in the front here. So yeah, just a nice range of things. Obviously I have been sticking things in since, because I have been working in this sketchbook. And like at the back, it has changed quite a bit. I did this like hello my name is thing of Kara. I didn't like it, it's just not my thing at all. So I stuck it in the back here. But like I said, I am like halfway through the sketchbook pretty much. Yeah, I'm over halfway. Granted, like 1/6 of it was with the junk journal stuff, so it makes sense that I'm like already kind of far through my sketchbook, but I've just been messing around with it, so I'm not surprised. I've been trying to just draw on it whenever I've had any like thought about doing anything, and it's been fun. Like I said, this paper is really cheap, so I'm not worried about ruining anything. Like I mentioned, the sketchbook tour for this is already done at this point, so hopefully it will be the next video. I will talk about my feelings on this sketchbook in that video, since I have now had an entire sketchbook's worth of using it to have an opinion on it. But yes, I want to thank you guys so much for checking this video out. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really like this sketchbook. I'm really enjoying the vibe of it because it's just messy. It's like, you know, trash, you know? But like, I like how it looks. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I also want to say a massive thank you to my Patreons. Dispe, Finn Carter, Grimclow, The Waffle of Life, Non-Toxic, Saint Nick's, LP, Kira May, Kay, Joanna, Mila, Pretty Rotten, R.A. Foxy, Joanna Snake Moon, Humble Frogs, Local Fishkeeper, Mould Ghoul, Farrar Ware, Sun Arts, Molly Marula, Scout Radley, Sammy Bear 127, Kenzania, Arrow, Charlie, Malorus, Cindy King, Art by Lavender, Angela's Dark Tales, Rainbow Tea, Breaded Nuggets, Learns, Human Eye, The Moth Bug, Nox, Catbird House, The Tormented Shadow, Sweet and Hopeless, Pocket, Jordan's Tiny Planet, The Coffee Rain, Black Jackal Art, Leela Loves You, Faith, A. Wendu, Ronnie, Olivia Gadbor, Heather F., Cheris Needham, Rotting Lettuce, Binixery, Cyrus Orion, Mottled Pixel, Malbon Designs, Gamut Girl, Catberry Studio, Solar Tortoise, Auden, Red S. Lily, Haley, Sienna G, Lady Ratbird, Fia, Greenfinch G Illustration, Lynn, Cody, Cloud, Cleofix, Redders, Ziutka, Beetle Ghost, Artsy Ghost, Melisandre Sinclair, Bria Washington, Hurrier, June, Dakota Garcia, Manon, Lily Likes Art, Rona, Levi, Kira's Cozy Corner, Tink, Daniel McGuinness, Janine, Deals Live, K2, Flossie, August, Stegosaurus, Yoinks, Soundly Manners, Stoyan, Bleety, Chloe, Starry Fern, Kiki, Nuclear Nail Bomb, Brianna, P. Wright Stuff, Raig Norway, JGP, Spaceman Theo, Slurp, Nosebridge, Dopasthesia, Cherry, In the Clouds, Quill, Nowell, Saturn, SaturnsWar.jpg, Bunnybee, Samara, One Joltaire, Lee H, Jen B. Burning, and Fenray. Thank you guys so much for all of your support, and I'll see you in this video next time. Goodbye.